The hot topic in residential real estate currently is affordable housing, and it's been this way for a long minute. Now, the initiative as far as affordable housing is concerned is championing home ownership, whereby it's all stakeholders have come together to enable as many people as possible to own homes. Now, there's no one-size-fits-all approach, and if you're to look at the top three options that would be available to you if you're keen on getting started, the first one is rent to own. So rent to own tends to be popular among individuals who do not necessarily have the 10 or 20% deposit required to put in as down payment. So it basically provides an affordable way to get started. The second option could be purchasing an affordable property priced within the government guidelines. So you'd be looking at, for example, a 3-bedroom going for up to 5 million Kenya shillings. The third one, which mainly tackles housing affordability, is through the incentivized mortgages. So in this particular case, we've talked about the mortgages. We'd be looking at a scenario whereby you are acquiring a mortgage at 9.5 all the way up to 9.9%. Interest rate on an annual basis. And these are fixed interest rates. So the premise of this is to enable you to own a home at almost the same rate that you'd currently be paying as rent. Now, going back to our childhood days, so we do have fond memories of growing up. If you look at several neighborhoods, so for example, the Buruburus, Ngumo Estate, Komarok Estate, South B. So a lot of these properties were developed by housing finance, and they were also so like our parents who got an opportunity to purchase them took mortgages as well. So by now they've finished paying and they own those properties. And a lot of us had like very fond memories growing up. We knew who our neighbors were. Security was good. There was a sense of community, which is, these are some of the benefits that come, social benefits that come with owning a home. On the other side, if you look at the financial commitment, so obviously they did sacrifice a lot in terms of committing themselves towards, a monthly payment. And that in itself instilled a financial discipline whereby over a stretched period of time, they were able to, commit to making payments on a monthly basis. And in turn, that discipline in itself and also living frugally enabled them to also purchase or rather invest in other asset classes. So typically that is also one of the benefits, financial benefits of owning a home, the financial discipline that comes with it. So it's not necessarily just limited to home ownership, but then you get to also have an opportunity to invest in other asset classes, which is a key thing, especially if you're keen on, just spreading out your risk. So based on that, these are some of the options or some of the things that you could consider, because sometimes when you talk about home ownership and you're looking at a period of 15, 20 years, it may seem like it's far out of reach, yet either way, time is moving. And if you think you're too young to get started, let's say if you're in your late 20s and you're wondering, why should I buy a property right now? Let's say you're probably single, at some point you're going to get married. Now is actually the right time to get started, because even if it means purchasing that 1-bedroom apartment, depending on where you live, if you're currently out of home and you're staying in your own apartment, these are some of the options that you could look into in terms of getting started. Obviously, when it comes to life, it's everyone's, it's everyone's desire to progress. So you even have an option of, like moving out and renting your unit so that you continue paying with your payments. So home ownership is not necessarily far-fetched. It's something that you need to consider based on all those 3 options that we've given you. And like we've mentioned, there's something for, that cuts across board for each and every person that you can look into. So think about it and get started. The sooner you get started, the better.